4-4. Operating with numbers expressed in scientific notation. To add and subtract numbers in scientific notation, they must have the same powers of 10. Add or subtract the first factors of the numbers and keep the same powers of 10. So let's look at this specific problem that I have listed for us. This is addition. We're adding scientific notation. So the first thing we must do is we must add the first factors. 6 plus 2. So add the first factor, 6 plus 2. And again, the only way we can add is if they have the same powers. They do have the same power, 10 to the 4th, therefore you write down 10 to the 4th. Now, 6 plus 2 gives you 8. So 8 times 10 to the 4th would be your answer. So to add, you must have the same powers of 10, and you add the two first factors. 6 plus 2 is 8 times 10 to the 4th. So our problem was in scientific notation. We will leave our final answer in scientific notation, and it is. All right, let's look at another example. A subtraction problem in scientific notation. Again, if you're subtracting, the powers of 10 have to be alike. Both of these are 10 to the negative 9. So when they are, you write down 10 to the negative 9, and therefore you get 2.5 minus 2.1. You subtract the two first numbers. 2.5 minus 2.1 gives you 0.4 times 10 to the negative 9. Now again, you must leave your answer in scientific notation. You see that this problem is not in scientific notation. It is in the form of multiplying times 10 to a power, but your first number is not greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. So what I want to do is, in order to convert this problem to scientific notation, I must move my decimal one place to the right. I need to move it one place to the right. So when you move this one place to the right, you now have 4 times 10 to some power. Well, what you must do, in order to work a problem like this, if it's already in the form of times 10 to a power, and you have to move your decimal to the right. If you move your decimal to the right, you must subtract that many places from the exponent. So if you move it to the right, subtract, we move this to the right one decimal place, so I must subtract 1 from the exponent. Negative 9 minus 1, that's like they're both negatives. That's negative 9, negative 1 would give me negative 10. So your exponent is negative 10. That would be my final answer. If your problem starts in scientific notation like ours did, we need to leave our answer in scientific notation. So again, at this step right here, I'm going to put a star by it. We subtracted, but we were not in scientific notation because this number here, 0.4, is not greater than or equal to 1. So I had to move my decimal one place to the right. Well, when you move your decimal one place to the right, you must subtract 1 from the exponent. So negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10. So make you a note. If you move your decimal to the right, you must subtract that many digits from the exponent.